My name is Maja Paulk. I'm a junior at the University of Vermont, and I'm majoring in psychological science. This semester, I was placed as a marketing coordinator at Christus Alex Children's Center. If I may, I'd like to take us back in time to January 23rd at approximately 8:30 a.m. It was the second day of orientation, and my roommates and I were packed like sardines on the 66 bus. If you're unfamiliar with the 66, just picture the worst form of public transit available. Maybe a toddler's crying. Maybe a couple screaming at each other. Maybe there's a woman telling you you're going to burn in hell. And you can't forget about the overpowering stench of sweat and cigarettes. While it might have originally served to transport people from Harvard to Union Square, in reality, the 66 is nothing but a homing beacon for the creepers and critters of Boston. And on this Tuesday morning, she decided to show us exactly what it meant to rely on the MBTA. As I was frantically rehearsing my route in my head, I heard the woman sitting next to me shout, "Why is this bitch looking at me?" Apparently, as I'd been staring off into space, I'd accidentally been staring at her. My bad. She continued, "I'm about to beat this bitch up. Don't look at me on the 66. Like I said, we were practically on top of each other. There was nowhere for me to run. So I just stood there for the next 10 minutes, listening to her rant about how much she wanted to punch me. However, looking back, I realized this experience taught me a necessary lesson. Sometimes life is quite literally about rolling with the punches. Before this semester started, I was so anxious about it. What if I couldn't do well in my internship? What if my classes were hard? What if my roommates didn't like me? The idea of going into a completely new environment with new people was nothing short of terrifying. But from the very beginning, my experience in Boston taught me that I am much more capable of adapting to challenges than I ever realized. So what if I have no experience in marketing? I'm a quick learner, and how hard can it be? It's marketing. And so what if my classes were difficult? I've taken challenging classes before and done okay. And so what if I was living with complete strangers? Turns out, they'd soon become my closest friends, who I'd share hundreds of laughs with and quite a few tears. What I've realized is that even when the future seems full of impossible challenges, you have to trust you can overcome them. And in my personal experience, that you'll laugh about them afterwards. Every time the bus was late, I struggled to learn new software, or forgot to turn in an assignment, I would just end up laughing about it with my roommates. These things that seemed like the end of the world were just fodder for dramatic retellings. There is no challenge that I or anyone else in this room can't overcome. So if you're ever feeling nervous or a little overwhelmed, just remember, dear friend, the 66, and you'll live it.